y'all, and welcome back to my channel. And today, as we're going into the wonderful new year of 2020, we're doing best of 2019, worst of 2019, middle ground 2019. I got a bunch of different makeup ranking videos about the new stuff that I've tried in 2019, but I thought it would also be interesting to look back on the year as much as I can, because your girl's got the memory of a goldfish, and really take a look and think about what I used. What was I repeatedly using? You know, what were things in my collection that jumped out at me that were things that I was just using on a super regular basis? So today we're going to be talking about the most used makeup in my collection from 2019. There will also be a least used makeup in 2019, which is probably just a little bit embarrassing because you think about it and you look at it and you're like, wow, I literally have not used you the whole friggin' year. And so you just kind of get to thinking about, do I really need you in my, it's a little bit eye-opening. But for this video, we're just gonna go into the most used, and let's just get into it. Firstly, will have to be my Jeffree Star Cosmetics Blood Sugar Palette. This is one of my absolute palettes of all time. I believe this was in my best palettes of 2018. And I know it doesn't look like it. It's always like, oh, this is my favorite thing. I've used it so much, it looks like I haven't even friggin' touched it. But I have reached for this palette so much, either on a whole, like for just using it by itself, or if I'm creating a look that needs a bit more depth going on, I'll reach for it for here. I've been using it with the Conspiracy palette. I'd use it for some like nice, simpler, neutral looks. It's got the hot pink. This purple is perfect. This palette is just absolutely gorgeous, and I have been definitely, out of all my red tone palettes, this is definitely one of the ones that I've reached for the most. Then, if we're gonna talk red tone palettes, I might as well kill two birds with one stone. We have got the Colourpop Main Squeeze and Just My Luck palettes. I absolutely love these. The reds and everything in here, and these are just two absolutely stunning palettes. If I wanted red, oh look, if I wanted green, I have reached for this so blinking much. Like almost anytime I want to do something green, I'll reach for this or my Sydney Grace singles. The formula on these is just absolutely freaking phenomenal. I'm honestly thinking about doing some sort of project pan or just getting major use out of items for 2020, and I think these two would be phenomenal candidates for that. I am constantly, anytime I need that bright green right up in here, I go for this shade. They're all just absolutely gorgeous. I love this shade here, and just I love these. I mean, it's just been like so easy. All other palettes don't exist because I've been reaching for these two. The quality, the color selection, just the inspiration they give me, the whole shebang bang. These have just been like constant used and abused. Just, I love these so much. Highly recommend these. Then we might just finish up with eyeshadow palettes. Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam. For the majority of y'all who know me, you know I prefer a more unrealistic, unnatural color story. But if I'm gonna go for something more neutral, it is going to be this palette. I love this palette. This one and Modern Renaissance were like neck and neck for which one I used more. The tones in here are just absolutely stunning. The blendability, wearability, these two shimmers are two of my absolute end-all be-all favorite shimmers. This formula is just, it is perfection. This and Modern Renaissance are honestly two other palettes that I feel like if I could put them in that collection of just using up, I could really do some damage because I reach for these so blinking much, and it's just, I just love it. It would go well with this. You can do these on, and you got that nice cool neutral lip. I just love this. This is probably my favorite, most beloved neutral, normal colored palettes. Like, I'm not a huge chocolate bar person. I'm kind of a, you know, naked palette person, but this just has my heart. Then another palette, but one that is actually a face palette. The Natasha Denona Bloom Blush and Glow palette. This was something that I anti-hauled because y'all know I don't use face palettes too much. And not only that, two of the products in here are cream, and y'all know I usually don't F with cream products. But so many of y'all said, girl, get it. It is the most amazing face palette to grace the beauty community. You need this in your collection. And I bought it, and y'all did not steer me wrong. This is an absolutely stunning face palette. The colors, the formula, it's just Anytime I'm doing like no makeup, I'll reach for this thing. I love this glow shade right here with this. Oh my goodness, you need just, this is one of the things that in the dictionary, under heckin' pigmented, a picture of this is gonna be there. Cause you need just the teeniest, tiniest ever little dab of this, and it just gives you this ethereal, glass-like, healthy glow from within. Like, typically I'm not one to like recommend cream products, but I absolutely love this. It is effortless, it is beautiful, it is just absolutely stunning, and I really hope that she comes out with more like color themes, color stories, schemes, more color variants of this, because the formula is just so beautiful. It is just an absolutely gorgeous, and I've been reaching for it either for one of the shades or to use all together or to use in conjunction with something else. This is just probably definitely one of the most used, definitely the most used face palette, but this is just absolutely fan-tucking-fastic. Some complexion products, I have found out recently that when it comes to like primer, foundation, concealer, I find something that I like and then I use it to death. This will probably come as no surprise, but the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. Now the first one I got, I used up. Unfortunately, I used it up right after filming my empties. But this is my second one, and it is going strong into 2020. I love this. I absolutely adore this primer. It gives me enough hydration. It gives me enough, there's that tacky base for foundation to stick to. And it has worked with every single foundation I have used it with, except for the Anastasia foundation. I'm not sure what was wrong with that, because I used it with this before and then I used it with it again, and it was not a pretty picture. But I absolutely love this primer. This is something I'm definitely going to just continue and keeping up using, because this is a ride or die holy grail. 9 times out of 10, I'm using this primer when I'm beating my face. The only time I'm not using this primer is when I'm trying something new. Then sort of going off into the finding what I love and just using it to death. The Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. It is what I am wearing today. I'm not even sure why I picked this up. Probably because it was new, it was less expensive, it's cruelty-free. And I used it and it was good and it was great and it was wonderful. And then shortly after my skincare routine literally started like taking off, and I was like, my skincare was actually doing something good for the face, I tried this again and I have not looked back ever since. If you like a very light, soft, and diffused foundation, this is for you. It just looks like my skin. Like, it literally takes my skin, gets rid of all the little red spots, gets rid of all the whatever, and just makes it look better. It doesn't look like I'm wearing anything. It's not any type of cakey, heavy. It's just this very light, breathable, beautiful, healthy complexion. The only problem I do have with this foundation is the fact that this one is LC1, which is their lightest shade. And I don't know if you can tell, but in the dead of winter, there is a bit of It's a little bit darker up here than it is down here, so I tend to wear higher things when I use this foundation. I've also been using this like every blinking ding dang day, and it just won't seem to give up. There's just always more foundation in there. So this has been in an attempt to use up, and it's the foundation that keeps on giving. Then my second absolute holy grail foundation. This is one I want maybe Summit a little bit fuller coverage, but not like too much fuller coverage. The Josie Maran Vibrancy Argan Oil Foundation Fluid. This kind of second verse, same as the first, is the Physician's Formula. It's that light, hydrating, lower coverage, just sort of covering imperfections and making your skin look better. It's a very natural finish. It's not cakey. It's not heavy. It's breathable, and it is a dry skin holy grail. It just somehow manages to just glide over dry patches and not emphasize texture. It just gives me a beautiful health. It just makes my skin look better. I just absolutely love this. I've been trying to use this up as well. I've got like 3, maybe 4 foundations that have been like in rotation that I'm trying to use up because I'm just trying to be better about using up product, and I just this is so good. This is so expensive, but worth every blinking penny. Then, I mean, I feel like we're all kinds of creatures of habit where we like have our thing and we have our routine. And even though we're trying to use other things in our collections, we tend to go for the same things over and over and over again. I am definitely guilty of this. And in 2019, I was so guilty of using the shiz, the absolute utter crap out of the Too Faced Fruit Cocktail Blush Duos. Now these are just 2 examples. The offending ones are all of them. Anytime I need a deep red, rich blush, this one is in Cherry Bomb. This one is in Like My Melons. But it wasn't just these 2. It was absolutely all of them. If I wanted a blush, I would just go to the Too Faced Tutti Frutti Blush Cocktails. If you are someone who likes a satin, shimmery, illuminating to occasionally glittery type blush, then these are absolutely perfect. They have a huge, well, not huge, but they have a lot more colors now than when they first broke them out. I love the formula, the pigmentation, the finish. I've just been loving these, and basically it was just depending on my makeup look that day. I was just rotating through all of them. Oh, look, here's a light pink. Oh, look, here's a peachy one. Oh, look, here's red. Oh, look, here's like a plummy one. You know, I just kept reusing these over and over again because they're just something that I keep going back to. There's something about how they look on my skin. The formula, it gets me for some reason. Then something else that gets me for some reason, which is a highlighter formula. And this one, I actually can pinpoint the 3 most used shades, but the Ofra Cosmetics powder highlighters. Y'all know these highlighters are the epitome of cha-cha-cha-cha. They are this beautiful baked gel powder, gelée, something. These are also in the dictionary underneath heckin' pigmented because they are just absolutely stunning. This one here is in Glazed Denona, which I have used so much. I'm gonna start using it even more because it is a lighter shade. My most used one that I just kind of, when you don't know what kind of highlighter you want to wear, this is kind of like just wear with everything highlighter. This one is Star Island, which you can kind of see. It's got a little bit of wear and tear there, but this is one of the best pale person friendly golds. It's just this perfect diffused light that's still this like super shiny yet blended streak on your cheek. Like I said, it is a fantastic wear with anything. Then if you're more interested in something a little bit pinker, we have Pillow Talk, which is, once again, it's got a little bit aware. It doesn't help usage, the fact that you only need like this much. But all three of these, I mean, I've got other highlighters from Ofra too, other colors, but these three are the ones that are just constantly reached for, especially Star Island. Like I said, that is just, I want a gold highlighter that's going to work with my pasty, boom, Star Island. Then another highlighter formula that I've talked a fair amount in like underrated products and some dupe videos is the Collab, the Filter Highlighting Powder. Now these you can get on Sally's and you can get off their site. Obviously I will leave things linked down below for you all. But these are honestly a mixture of the Ofra and the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed highlighter formulas. They are just these absolutely beautiful, smooth and pigmented. They don't emphasize texture. I've just been, like I said, you find things that you have really good experiences. You're like, oh yeah, I remember my skin looked like glass when I used that. So obviously when you're going to pick out your makeup for your face that day, you're gonna go back to the thing that you had a good experience with. I think there are like 4 shades and I have 3 of them and they're just absolutely gorgeous and stunning. This was something I used so much in 2019. I had to tell myself, you need to stop it and you need to go find yourself something else to use, but so good. Then we will end on a palette. I know this, I always feel weird because like most used makeup of 2019, because I know some things like have been released towards the end of the year, like the Anastasia and Norvina palettes and stuff like that, which I've used a lot, but I feel like in comparison to other things that have been released earlier in the year. But this is the Jeffree Star Mini Breaker palette. Now, I use the big one a lot, but this one is just so concise and so perfect that I just reach for this one as a palette for in conjunction with other palettes. And also I use it on its own so often. It's just like this, boom, that in there, that. I mean, I just keep repeating the same looks with this palette and I really enjoy how it comes out every single time. So once again, you have a good experience with it and you just keep reaching for it. I mean, this one here, I mean, you guys know that I'm usually not too hard on the little imprint ones, but I'm actually starting to make some like getting rid of the embossing there. I love Orange Crush, Oral, Bubblegum Hot. I mean, it's just, I love this so much and I've honestly probably used it like a lot more than the normal Jawbreaker. I just think this is so well thought out. It's beautifully concise. I've been using this in conjunction with the mini Controversy palette and I've just been loving how it turns out every single blinking time. All right, that is what I have for my most used makeup of 2019. I could probably come up with some other things if y'all wanted to see a second installment of this, but these were like the things that really came to the forefront of my mind that I was like, I have used the shiz out of you. Definitely products that I've gotten my money's worth out of, which I honestly probably should do another makeup I've gotten my money's worth out of and makeup I haven't, which is probably an embarrassing amount of makeup. But obviously let me know what you feel like, what you feel about these products down below. Let me know something that you have used the absolute crap out of in 2019. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. And as always, keep it real. Mwah!